What's up, South Africa? Welcome back to the Aweh TV show. I am Anwar Orense, and yeah, it's that time. We are ready to fitna.
Ja, baie dankie Anwar. Ek is altyd ook myself ready vir 'n lekker conversation. Vandag het ons vir Aunty Fatima in studio wat self in District 6 groot geraak het. Sy het al die happiness en al die pyn ge-experience. Hallo Aunty Fatima, en hoe gaan dit vandag met Aunty Fatima?
Dit gaan tamelijk goed met mij. Ja, dit is Ramadan, de dag van Ramadan, maar dit gaat tamelijk goed.
Ek is blij. Anwar?
En met u?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Aunty Fatima.
But we're gonna get straight into it, Aunty Fati. So tell me, how was the cultural vibrancy of District 6 at the time when you were there, growing up?
All right. So I was 5 years old when we moved into District 6. And my father owned a property in District 6 in McGregor Street, number 14 McGregor Street, literally where the Technicon is built now. It was, as a child, we did not notice, if I may use the term, the difference in racial discrimination. So in other words, everybody was one, whether you were Muslim, Christian, Indian, Jewish, white. The District 6 was made up of all the different races and cultures.
Aweh.
Yeah. So and because of the love and the caring for each other, I think that is mainly why we did not notice it. Children played with each other, neighbors cared for each other, looked out for each other, interacted with one another. There was just that love and that vibrancy in District 6.
In District 6 at that
for
time.
me as a child, yes. So even though we, in our road specifically, there was it's a building that was 3 houses away from us, known as, it actually housed many of the, if we use the term, gangsters, but they are people that came into District 6 from other areas because they saw that vibrancy and the love and in District 6, and that's where they came to live. Oh, the place's name was Eaton Place.
Eaton Place.
Eaton Place, yes. It was off Caledon Street. But yes, so if I just think about myself and our family, my father used to love angling, and so on a Sunday he would go out fishing. He comes home with bags of fish, and we were, as children, used to distribute it among all our neighbors. He used to love gardening, so if there was any harvesting of basic things such as carrots, potatoes, apples and all that, we would, if it all harvesting time, we would take carrots of stuff and give it to him. So everybody used to take care. If we know there's families in the road that had like many children but not well, we would actually go around and say, take this, do that one, or take that. My mother used to love cooking and baking and all that, so we were always taking things to everybody. Yes, even if you're looking at, so the people, the store owners, if I may use that, was like mainly Jewish and the Indian community. Yeah,
okay.
So they, and the butchers and all that was all like Indian, but never like colored owned, if I may use that term.
Jess?
So, Aunty Fatima, please tell me, how did the people from District 6 celebrate religious or cultural holidays?
Right, so now we come into, if you're looking at the religions that first come to the religions that existed, it was like the Muslim, Christianity, Judaism, Hindi, you name it, they all exist. Wow. So if it was like Eid, everybody would be celebrating Eid in the sense that if you have the Eid, it's like, if you're looking at 2 Eids, it's like Eid, the first one is Eid of celebration, so it's the, after fasting the month of Ramadan, it was Eid. But during that Ramadan, if I might just use that term, used to take like little plates of cookies to everybody, supposedly the Muslim faith, but everybody was everybody, so everybody gets. He wasn't like, so you could assure or you what you're not going to get. No, because the children are all children, and like I say, that is why we didn't see there's divisions, because everybody was always given and taken care of. If it comes to Christmas, everybody celebrating Christmas. I remember we were Muslim, but we had a beautiful Christmas tree and toys, and all the toys for Christmas, as the children. So so this is what it was, that vibrancy was there wasn't like it's Christmas week on, it wasn't like
no one was separated from
no
separation.
Yes, and okay, just on that note, on religions, like I'm just going to take to myself, I attended Trafalgar Junior School, and that school actually prepared the choir for St. Mark's Church. So I was a soprano in that choir. And so, yes, Christmas, and I knew all the Christmas carols, by the way, and because I used to sing in the church.
Yes.
So I'm Fatima Francis, but Fatima Francis is singing in the soprano in the church in St. Mark's Church, and that's why I still love St. Mark's Church. And likewise with Easter. So every celebration, or every cultural, even if it was Yom Kippur, everybody ate those biscuits at the if it was Diwali, everybody like with these crackers that they
salty crackers.
No man, no. It is like the
stuff that you open.
No. It is the firecrackers.
Firecrackers.
Yeah. So that was Diwali.
Diwali.
Yeah. And so that is why everybody was aware of everybody's religion and respected the religions.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you, did mention something about gangsters earlier on.
Yes.
I wanted to know, like, how was it back then comparing to now?
Yeah.
Quickly.
So first of all, the gangsters, may I just say, we as the community used to love our gangsters. They were very respectful people, mate. So they weren't like dressed like, they were dressed very smartly. If I can remember.
But they were there. They
were there, yes. And they used to actually take care of the elderly. If you, or even women, they should protect women and children, literally. So if you find that there's anybody interfering with it, they is Puta Ahmad's kind, or that is Cheryl's child, please.
So they just used to look out more for each other.
Old people, they used to help them with the carries, they go shopping, they will help them with the carries, take them to are you fine, are you okay, do you need... That is what the gangsters were like. So they would like, and they were into gang fights, but they were like, say there's another gang that infiltrated from another area, such as like Salter or Claremont or whatever. Then there would be that kind of inter-gang fights, but it wasn't like very like the way it is now.
Like it is now. So briefly describe like the forced removals at that time.
Yeah, that was a very sad time for everybody. So the Group Areas Act was introduced in 1966. And from 1968, people, house owners, now I'm using the term house owners because in each house there will be like 2 or 3 families, and again, we were fortunate enough. But it didn't even sink into us that we were, it's only, as we grew, we left Cape Town. There was an old neighbor that said to us, you were the only people that had a house. But it didn't occur to us that. So what happened was, in 1988, home owners were issued with letters indicating that they have to vacate their houses. Now initially they resisted, or it didn't seem real to them, because remember everybody lived in their houses for a few generations. So it was like family homes, and the older people took it, they couldn't actually accept and think that it's real.
Yeah, definitely.
So they initially said, you can bulldoze our homes down, but we will not get out of here.
Yeah.
But then the reality came through. They came along like the sheriffs, they would literally take the people's wait, the people were given alternative places to live, and that is like what is known as the Cape Flats today. But it's like Manenberg, Hanover Park.
It's plain.
But no, it didn't exist, man. No.
Wow.
It was literally just Manenberg, Hanover Park, mainly Hanover Park, and Heideveld and Bridgetown existed, but like in a very small, not the way it is today. The black people were, Langa existed already, very small, but the black people were actually banished into Langa, specifically.
So do you think the forced removals plays like a key part in the current state of the colored people?
Yeah, so if you're
today's
looking at
society?
what happened with so people were scattered all over, right? And families were broken up. So wherever they found a place to live, that is where they played. And by the way, when the people were banished out of Cape Town, they in District 6. So if a value, like I'm looking at myself, my dad, I always heard my dad saying, I was 14 years old by the way when we had to leave, when we left. So if the value of the house was 28,000, which I remember him saying specifically, he only received 4,000. They would give, government would give you what they felt the place was worth. And our house was actually not a dilapidated house. It was like, my father bought this 3-bedroom and he converted into 5 bedrooms and 2 playrooms outside. So it was because we were like, the 7 children.
Hey, so busy.
Yeah. But anyway, so we had that. So that is what happened. People, that was part of the heartbreak. The elderly people died when they were banished. But coming back to the gangsterism, so what happened was they were now, people are scattered all over. Wherever they were given a place, that is where they had to live. If you're looking at District 6, the main, like if you're looking at the employment, people worked in factories, mainly manufacture, like clothing, manufacturing, and whatever else. Therefore, there were lots of like tailors and I didn't come to that. Tailors and dressmakers, and so in the dock. The docks, the fisheries, they used to, that was where they were employed. So now they're scattered into the Cape Flats. They could walk from District 6 to where they were working. Now they have to travel. And that is another cost into
that we wouldn't even know that it was that
so what
easy.
Coming back to, so with the gangsterism that is existing and the colored community they lives in today was due to poverty, because there wasn't that next door neighbor that says, I'm going to knock on your door, can I have a cup of sugar? But I don't know who we are. That's the one thing. The other thing is that because people have to travel, that's another cost incurred. So both mother and father had to go out to work. By the way, in District 6, many of the mothers were home executives, if I may use the term, housewives.
Financial.
So they would take care of the children. So now, with the mothers and fathers going out to work, the children have to take care of themselves. And that obviously, what happens thereafter, children get up to all sorts of stuff. And,
yes, they are alone at home.
Yes, so now it starts with little criminal activities, the little, like coming along with...
that makes a lot of sense, Aunty Fatima.
Because of the poverty and drugs came in, burglary, and to the event that it leads today with killings, and if you're looking at gender and child abuse now as
Aunty Fatima, thank you so much for taking us on this journey today. We are going to go to an ad break. Please stay tuned, guys. Thank you.